it's a lot different from like all the other festivals that we've like been to, because all the other festivals are like it's different artists from around the world, so that should be pretty cool, like different kinds of music from like tribal to traditional to other synonyms of tribal and traditional. But yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know anything about it, so it should be pretty eye-opening going into it, open-minded. I guess I'm excited.
I don't remember how I like came across it, but it was online and it was just before we started planning our around the world trip. And I remember like turning to Carl and be like, "Hey, what do you think about music festival in the rainforest?"
I don't know anything.
And we are like,
I don't know anything.
why not? So that was actually the only thing that we had sort of set in stone when we were planning the trip. It was like everything else kind of didn't matter except for Malaysia in July. And that was the only thing we were like, okay, we can move around every other country, we can adjust, but we're gonna go to Malaysia in July so that we can make it to this festival. So there are supposed to be these like workshops or like mini sessions where they say you can like jam and like learn things from musicians. So that's going to be super different from the festivals that we've experienced before. And as musicians, I think that would be the most interesting thing for us to be able to sort of have that more, not level fields, but you know, a lot of times when you go to music events, there's sort of like the performers and the audience, and they're very separate. My understanding of this festival is that there will be less of that separation, and you're going to be able to like interact with the performers, kind of have a little bit of a more like intimate experience with them. So I'm super looking forward to that, and also seeing and hearing more of the traditional instruments from around the world, because that's something that we really love learning about. So yeah, looking forward to it.
It was a pretty good weekend of like shows at the Rainforest World Music Festival. It was interesting seeing like a lot of the bands from all over the world, like a band from Ireland with a singer from Japan got together and just kind of killed it on stage. It was pretty amazing, like how they just come together and just make pretty good music. One of my favorite performances was a group called Trad.attack from Estonia. I thought their like energy was like really good, and like the fact that they took little snippets or like vocal recordings of their grandma or like just the older generation of random people like singing, and then they put those recordings part of their like musical set. Their music's really like high energy, and the girl in that in that band, like who did most of like the bagpipe, every time she would start playing her instrument, like the crowd just goes nuts. I most likely would go back to the Rainforest World Music Festival, knowing that they don't have like the same acts every year. It's just a good learning experience to go, and the energy there, like throughout the day, they have a lot of activities. From like they had a little jujitsu for self-defense, and you know me and jujitsu. The food was pretty good. I definitely would go back.
I was actually really impressed. I don't think they've been going on for that many years yet compared to some other festivals, but it ran really, really smoothly. It is an international festival and there's tons of different people coming, but it didn't feel so large that it was like overwhelming. So it was pretty intimate for a festival, which I really appreciated. I was also really surprised by just the quality of the performers, the musicians. They're so talented. Almost every member played more than one instrument, and they were like really good at it too. Like there was a guy who played clarinet, flute, and a wooden flute, and then some sort of trombone. They were incredible. One thing that was a little bit surprising or disappointing about the festival was sort of that lack of education for the instruments. It would have been really nice to kind of introduce them and explain them a bit more across the board. Otherwise it was just really an eye-opening experience. Heard about new places that we never, like countries or cities, islands that we never really thought of, that I'm like, oh, we have to go there. Definitely interested in seeing what they continue to do in the coming years, and with kind of follow them along, even if we don't get to attend the festivals again. Probably keep an eye on them and see like what artists come and kind of check them out, because they definitely invited really high caliber artists, and it did not disappoint.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video about the Rainforest World Music Festival. We had a great time. It was interesting, as you know. You can't hold me back. Don't hold me back. Make sure you guys subscribe, like our videos, spread it to all your adventure buddies, and we hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!